Welcome to the regular meeting of the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee for October 26, 2023. I'm Aisha Chugtai, and I'm the Vice Chair of this committee. At this time, I will ask the clerk to call the roll so we can verify a quorum for this meeting.
Councilmember Payne.
Present.
Wansley is absent. Vita.
Present.
Osman is absent. Cherkowski.
Present.
Vice Chair Chugtai.
Present.
There are 4 members present.
Let the record reflect we have a quorum. With that, we'll move to our consent agenda. There are 11 items 2 through 12 on the consent agenda, and 1 receive and file item, which I will read for the record. Item number 2 is approving the annual levy of various Public Works Department special assessments. Item number 3 is approving an appropriation increase for water distribution improvements. Item number 4 is authorizing a right of entry agreement with the federal government to access the Columbia Heights water treatment property. Item number 5 is authorizing a utility easement agreement with the Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board for a stormwater outfall within the Minnehaha Park Regional Trail. Item number 6 is authorizing a temporary construction agreement with the University of Minnesota for Bridge 9 repairs. Item number 7 is authorizing an agreement with the Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway for stormwater drain infrastructure on BNSF property. Item number 8 is authorizing a series of actions related to a grant acceptance, public infrastructure improvements, and project plan approval for the North Transfer Station Revitalization Project. Item number 9 is authorizing the submittal of a grant application to the Metropolitan Council Environmental Services for sewer lateral repairs. Item number 10 is authorizing the designation of local funds as a match for a Minnesota deed grant for the Upper Harbor Terminal Public Infrastructure Street Reconstruction Project. Item number 11 is authorizing Public Works to apply for and host an AmeriCorps member through the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency's Green Corps programs for the 2023-2024 program year. Item number 12 is ordinance revisions related to parades, races, and block events, as well as amendments to the 2024 license fee schedule for those events. I understand this item is not quite ready to set the public hearing, and without objection, will instead be referred to staff for additional departmental review. And finally, item number 13 is receiving and filing the 2023 second quarter report of traffic zones, restrictions, and controls. Is there any discussion on the consent agenda, or are there any items that anyone would like to pull for further discussion? Seeing none, I'll move for approval of the consent agenda, noting the change that item 12 is now being referred to staff. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, and the consent agenda is approved. Our next item of business is a public hearing to consider project approval for bonding, assessment, and area way abandonment for the Hennepin Avenue South, Lake Street West to Douglas Avenue Street Reconstruction Project. Director Anderson Kelleher, who will be presenting on this item.
Madam Chair and committee members, Adam Hayhouse, Senior Professional Engineer, Transportation Engineering and Design, will be making the presentation today. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chair, members of the committee. Today I'm here to present for the public hearing for the Hennepin Avenue South Reconstruction Project, City Project number 6776. The proposed project consists of reconstructing Hennepin Avenue between Lake Street West to Douglas Avenue.
Should there be a
Okay,
presentation
I'll repeat
popping
my
up as well?
presentation again. Good afternoon, Chair, members of the committee. Today I'm here presenting for the public hearing for the Hennepin Avenue South Reconstruction Project, City Project number 6776. The proposed project consists of reconstructing Hennepin Avenue between Lake Street West to Douglas Avenue. Elements to be included as part of the proposed project includes full removal of the existing roadway, new pedestrian ramps, sidewalks, bike facility, new pavement, new curb and gutter, green infrastructure, street lighting, and utility improvements. The project will also include new signage and new pavement markings. The total project cost is $52 million. The total street reconstruction assessment is $1,976,964.42. This is based on 2024 uniform assessment rates and the influence area method. The rates are $2.83 for non-residential and 95 cents for residential. These assessments are payable over a 20-year period. The rest of the city funding sources are net debt bonds, general funds, municipal state aid, sewer funds, and federal aid. City staff has conducted numerous virtual outreach activities throughout the planning and design of the project, a virtual pre-assessment meeting to provide an overview of the project, discuss plan improvements, and answer any questions related to the assessment method and process was held on October 17th. Today, Public Works is asking City Council to pass resolutions ordering the work to proceed, adopting the special assessments, authorizing the sale of assessment bonds, and authorizing abandonment and removal of areaways in conflict with the project. And that concludes my presentation. Stand by for any questions.
Thank you for that presentation, Mr. Hayo. I'm going to proceed to open the public hearing. I'll ask the clerk if anyone has signed up to speak. Okay, if you did not sign up to speak yet but wish to, please, you're welcome to come on up. And please state your name for the record, and you'll want to sign up with the clerk right after you're done speaking.
Okay, thank you.
2 minutes.
My name is Emily Knox. I'm a resident in the East Isles neighborhood. I live at 2437 Girard Avenue South, and I have lived there for 14 years. And I am here not to dispute the infrastructure plan and how much it's going to cost to repair everything going on underneath Hennepin Avenue, but I'm here to discuss that the neighborhood associations and the business owners and property owners have been ultimately silenced through this planning process, partially because of COVID, partially because of big government plans and studies that have been done for over 15 years and do not necessarily reflect the current state of our declining and, quite frankly, sad neighborhood. It used to be a beacon, and now it's a criminal wonderland, if you will. I would move that these planning committee meetings stop having a Zoom format and return to the way it should be, which is a public forum, because we don't feel like we're being ever listened to or represented. This whole 15-year process, and it feels like we're losing our neighborhood, and it makes us not want to live there anymore, and it's sad. And we just want to be, we want some input. We're kind of tired of the bike lobbyists jamming crazy, expensive road things through our neighborhood that no one understands. Have you driven down 28th Street by Nicollet? It's going to cause a car accident in the winter. You had a little bit of Grand Avenue and Bryant Avenue. If you add a little bit of snow, what the hell's, you can't even get a bus down that street anymore. It's kind of out of control, and I know my time's up. But I feel like nobody is listening to the business owners, the neighbors, the property owners, and we're angry.
Thank you for your testimony. I'll ask you to just sign up with the clerk. Is there anyone else here to speak for this public hearing? Welcome. Please state your name.
My name is Mumtaz Osman. I'm a business owner and resident of 25 in Hennepin. The Hennepin Avenue, which you are decided to redo it, we are not opposing all the good thing, but we are in a jeopardy of losing our parking by the bike lanes. You're going to be putting it on. And like Emily, she mentioned that nobody's listening. We have been saying this ever since you started this planning. We are in this neighborhood. I want to say we are there more than 33 years now. And it seems like it's nothing wrong. You can do the roads, you can do the infrastructure, that's okay, sidewalks. But what is the necessity of putting the bike lanes and the 24 bus lane? As is, we are losing the customer because 4 to 6 you have no parking on the Hennepin. And now you're going to take away all the parking, and I don't know what we are going to do. So we are frustrated, we are losing our mind over this matter, what is going to be happening. And we are not the part of any planning. We don't even know what goes on in the closed doors. So we are there, we are human, we are there, we deal with it 24/7, we are there. And it seems like nobody cares for the business owner, the residents, nobody cares. So we want to be the part of what you are doing. And for sure, we don't want to put the bike lanes. You have the whole Bryant Avenue. And yesterday you heard that bikes they are ruining the businesses. And you go see rush hours, how many bikes are there. Even we were coming right here, we saw only one bike, and how many cars. So, yep, we are not against the bike or bus, but we don't want on Hennepin. Thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am, I'll ask you to sign up with the clerks as well. Is there anyone else who is here to speak that has not had the chance to do so yet? Okay, seeing no one else wishing to speak on this item, I will now close the public hearing. Are there any questions from committee members? Director Anderson-Kelleher?
Madam Chair, I appreciate the residents who have come today and the business owners. I would like to point out a couple of things. There is an active parking committee, Dylan Freed. I want to make sure that you connect with the business owners and residents. Dylan is leading a process on parking on Hennepin, and a reminder that the bus for opening operations and the first few years of operations will have a rush hour operational plan, not a full-time bus plan, so that will allow for parking. And I know our team, and I want to just point out, Dylan, I don't know if you two have met, but you should meet and make sure that they are included in the parking discussions for sure. And I also know, Madam Chair, that Don Elwood is leading a pre-construction, I think, monthly meeting right now. Monthly meeting. And so we will make sure these folks get connected with that.
Wonderful. So Dylan, Mr. Freed, will you just make sure you connect with the two residents that are here today? And Director, thank you for adding that information. I know as we get closer to construction and the start of construction, those pre-construction meetings will start to take place weekly. And that information will be available, I believe, on the city website and the Hennepin Avenue reconstruction page. Yes? Wonderful, thank you. Any other questions from committee members? Councilmember Payne.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to know, I hear you, I'm listening. And I also want to let you know also, and I want to put things in context as well, because we have to weigh so many different competing factors, and it's really hard. It's really, this job is so hard when you have such important stories like you're sharing, especially with your business. But I wanted to pull up some of our crash data. We have a 10-year crash data, and I think this is as of 2018, but we've had, and this is across the city, this isn't strictly about Hennepin Avenue, but 41,651 crashes. Of those, 2,661 were with bicycles. Of those bicycle crashes, there were 14 fatalities and 117 incapacitating injuries. And so we have to weigh so many different factors, and we want to hear you, we want to listen to you, and we want to also put these into that fuller context too of the total impact of some of these roads. And we know that all of those crashes would not be solved with a bike lane. But there are families that are also connected with those deaths, and if any one of those deaths could have been prevented by a bike lane, that's the type of weight of the consideration that we have. And I just wanted to make sure that we grounded ourselves in some of that information as well. But thank you for coming.
Thank you, Councilmember. Any other questions from committee members? Seeing no further questions, I will move approval of this item. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay.
Nay.
That item passes. The ayes have it, and this committee's recommendation will be forwarded to next week's council meeting for final action. With that, we've concluded all business to come before the committee. Without objection, we stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.